nostalgia, the way I see it, is a pretty toxic thing, and now that's a weird thing to say because you should generally cherish like the good memories you have, you know, but t- nostalgia becomes like pretty toxic when you feel like you have nothing else going on in your life. So all you have to do is like just lament the past. All that you can do is just like, oh, remember that time when, or remember when we did this, or when we did that. And it's all just a waste of time to me. Like I'm a pretty I'm naturally a more nostalgic person. Like I really enjoy like things that are from a while from like before now, like things from the past intrigue me. Well, things in general intrigue me, but basically like I have a pretty solid memory of my entire like childhood and like my entire life. I can remember back to when I was 2 years old, like being naked, eating fucking eating like what were they? They weren't cheese puffs. I think they were like cheese curls. I remember, yeah, I remember certain events. Something's embarrassing, but whatever. Mostly, I think my memory is mostly like a memory of a memory. No, but I can remember it. All right, but yeah, I, like I have like I have like family members and stuff, and I care about them and stuff. But like all that we like have going for us is like, hey, remember that time when, instead of like doing new shit together. That's just a real pain. Is like seriously, is this where things end? Like we just like, are we gonna, what happens when I'm like 30 years old and I'm like, hey, remember that time when it was like something when I was like fucking 7? Like don't like rest on what you have done. That's a waste of fucking time. I want to be more oriented towards what's my next move. What am I gonna do next, instead of being hung up by like that by shit from my past. And you can't get me with nostalgia. Like nobody can get me with nostalgia anymore. I had a psychopathic sibling who's out of my life for good now. Well, like not like they're dead or whatever, but yeah, they're away, and I can like now I don't have to I don't give them any more energy. They're just kind of dead to me. But yeah, you can't, nobody has the ability anymore to pull on me. Hey, remember that time I was like, oh, weren't we this, weren't we that? It's like I have my own life now. Like my like most people like most of the people, they kick the bucket when they're like in their 80s, 70s or 80s. And me say I live till I'm 80. Well, one fourth of my life is over. I'm 22, but that doesn't mean like I'm getting all of those years. I could die of cancer when I'm like 30. I could die in a month from now. I could die in a week from now. I could die tomorrow. You never fucking know. Like you don't have like you don't know how much time you have, really. Like you could lose your legs in an accident. You could lose control over your arms. You could shit can go really bad. You could go blind. So like worrying, like lamenting on what you did is a waste of fucking time when you're like not, when you have the ability to make something, when you have the ability to change your life in a positive way, and then you don't. And when you give your like energy to people who like only mean harm for everybody, it's just a waste of time. And to me, like I'm an idea man. Like I can't get hung up on like that, those kinds of like feelings of the past and shit. And like it's my nostalgia. My nostalgia is like eroding away. I still like all the shit that I liked when I was a kid. I still like fucking aliens and monsters and robots and cartoons and anime and like post-hardcore music. I still like heavy metal. I still like Korn and like Deftones and Slipknot and shit like that. Not Slipknot's newer shit, mind you. But I like these things because they have an inherent value to me outside of whatever fucking time they came out. The time is like completely irrelevant to me because like when when I enjoy something, I've taught myself this, that like not to think about like when, oh, remember back when I was 12 and I first heard it. No, I'm enjoying it in the moment, which is what it was meant for. It's not meant, like, music isn't meant. I mean, it can be meant to lament the past a little bit, but it shouldn't be just for that. And I'm like I was nostalgic about school for a long ass time. And that's almost completely gone now. Now I think that like my nostalgia is caused a lot of the times by like just there's just nothing else going on in your life, and I'm working to make things go on in my life. Like I'm working on music with my man Chris Dizzle, Chrissy Bissy. I'm gonna help him make an album, and uh, yeah, I'm working on music. I'm pumping out more videos than I ever have, especially like this past like 3 months. Just like I'm like I've been like 3 months ago or so is when I finally like got over my old channel, and I'm just able to like make shit again now. And like there used to be like girls back in high school that like I was really turned on by and shit. And I was like, yeah, this is gonna say, yeah, it sounds weird, but fuck you, I'm a weirdo. Like there's like girls that like they might not look picture perfect to a lot of people. They might not look like models or whatever, but I jack off to them over a lot of like girls and like fucking porno movies and hentais and shit, because it's just seems more tangible to me. But now like I'm completely like way over that. I'm over that shit. There's still shit I've got to get over. I got to get over this. I mean, I don't know if I should get over him or not. I don't think I should, because I still like him. But this guy that I kind of like, that I kind of fell in love with. Is that a little bit gay? Yeah, sure it is. I won't deny that. But this guy that I knew since I was like 10, and we talked like on and on. I started talking to him more like back in I think 2018. I think that's when it was. Yeah. And I like him a lot. I want to make out with him. Yeah, I'm a jerk, right? But oh fucking, oh yeah, it took me till I was 19 to get over this one girl that I loved back in like the second grade. It took me that fucking long. I had a dream that like she cheated on me with like a guy or whatever, and I was just like heartbroken, and she didn't want anything to do with me. So I guess, yeah, thanks dreams. My dreams are always like either stupid or boring or like just unable to be remembered. But I just had that dream, and that just snapped. Like I had that dream, and it just snapped me out of like falling for her and shit. Cause I was it's a fucking second grade. I was like 7 years old. I was like 6 or 7, I think. So yeah, so now, yeah, nostalgia for that doesn't get to me. I still get nostalgic about like whenever I see like really like shitty like cities, like really like just destroyed like messed up cities where there's like people selling crack and shit, and people like fucking like fighting and shit. Sometimes I get nostalgic for that, because like when I was like really young, I was sheltered from it mostly thanks to my mom and shit, but I still like, I don't know, something about that my brain romanticizes. You can't really help that shit. But yeah, I'm just changing to being more forward thinking, and fucking throwing out like any desire to like be a fucking like just an infant forever. Just like I'm done with the whole fucking like remember this, remember that. It has no appeal to me anymore, because I have a life to live. And you and me or someone could fucking die tomorrow, and you have no power over that. You only have power over what you're doing right now and what you're gonna do. So my advice to everyone, including myself, and I want to make sure this happens. Think about your next move, and not the shit that you've done before. And that's it.